Welcome to Life Hacks Beyond Convention with Dee and Sonia. Yeah, and the other thing that's a real difference, I guess, from bush and city is I feel like Crocodile Dundee because I say hello to everybody. Or you say howdy, walking down the
Hello.
street, say howdy. That's
G'day.
why I don't know them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
G'day.
yeah,
Morning.
yeah.
I
And smiling. People don't
know.
smile in the city. And I'm just, I'm meandering around smiling most of the time.
When I was commuting to Melbourne, that was a really big culture shock because I'd
Mm.
come just from, very rural South Australia
Mm.
and yeah, commuting into the city. And everyone's on a mission and they've got these rules that you don't know about.
Like Facebook.
Like until somebody gets really, you can just see that you've irritated someone, and
Yeah,
then you realise, oh, I just overstepped one of our unwritten expectations that I didn't know existed.
yeah.
So when I was doing the commute thing on the train,
Mm.
what I quickly learned is that it's not only roads where we go one where we're always on the left side. Like when you go up the escalator, those escalators
Mm.
to get to the next platform for trains or something, you got to stay to the left if you're going up and you come down on the left. Because
Okay.
I just sort of got on anywhere and I realised that that
You were
wasn't
doing it wrong.
acceptable. I was doing it wrong. That was, well, and part of it is just because you've got so many people coming and going. So
Yeah.
it's about actually, because I often went at, I don't know, I just was never in as big a hurry as some of the other people around me. So, and they'd be wanting to be able to get up the staircase so it's the left as soon as there's no one coming that way they can get round and go up, whereas if you're over that side, not only are you stopping the people, oh, well, they would just be normal stairs as well,
Yeah.
but, stopping the people coming down, but you're stopping the people going up. It's just like,
Okay. Wow. Mm.
yeah. And definitely the protocol is you definitely need to wait till everyone gets off the train before you can get on.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
just all these little things that you don't even know exist.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
Well,
just this whole
yeah.
culture. And you definitely don't talk to commuters on the train.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
just
I find that
annoying if you
hard.
do that. Well, when I first started, I found it hard
Mm.
because you'd sit down and just hello, and then you'd think,
Yes.
well, they're a bit rude. They're not really responding or talking. What I realised after commuting for quite a long time was the last thing I wanted someone to do was talk to me. It's like you've just had this full day at work
Yeah.
and brain is just full. You've just fought the crowds to find a seat because we didn't always get a seat. Sometimes you'd have to stand the whole trip home.
Wow.
But I actually managed to get a seat. The last thing I wanted someone to do was talk to me. Just like, really? I just
Yeah.
want to get home.
Oh dear.
However, anybody, if they did talk to me, would never have known. That's what I thought because I
Yeah.
always would engage back because I
Yeah.
just understand what that's like. But
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't help but open my mouth for something. It'd be something inane, oh, glad to get a seat. Do you know what I mean? And those things in where we live would start a conversation. So, but I guess in that situation, you'd probably be ignored. Yeah.
Oh, it would be.
Or
And
like, why are you talking to yourself?
yeah, even more than being ignored,
Mm.
the headphones would go on, the body would turn away.
We talk about kids using phones and not being engaged,
Mm.
but crumbs, it used to be newspapers, like talking about the
Oh
all the
yes.
men had the newspapers open. Nobody
Yep.
spoke.
Mm.
So it's not just this generation, it's all the previous generations
Mm. Mm.
isolating themselves. Mm.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
But don't annoy the
Well,
commuters.
yeah. Don't come annoyed. No, well, I used to most times go in the quiet carriage. So it's got a big sign on it, quiet carriage, which means that you're not supposed to, like, that it's going to be quiet. People won't talk to you. Fuel. And it is very irritating if someone gets in the quiet carriage and thinks they can have a whole conversation with the person next door and the rest of us have got to listen.
I've never heard of the quiet carriage.
Well, it's a thing.
Just call
And
me Dundee forevermore. Oh, yeah.
yeah, and sometimes I look and I think, oh no, the quiet carriage is full. Like there's just no room in there. That means you've got to go in the other carriages.
No.
Because
Oh, dear.
there's never like there's usually only one carriage that's
Okay.
quiet, sometimes
So
two,
you got to
depending
be
on how many.
quick.
Yeah, yeah, you got to be quick. You got
Oh
to
my,
get on at the right stop.
wow. Okay. I'm getting
I
educated.
Yeah, yeah. At one point, because of just the way I would get home, sometimes I'd actually choose which train stop I'd go to because it'd be like, well, if I go to that one, I'm more likely to get a seat and a quiet carriage.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gosh. Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's changed. They've sort of changed the route a little bit, I think, where the train lines actually go since then.
Yeah.
So I'm not even 100% sure.
Mm,
Um, yeah, exactly
yeah.
what it is. But we're just so lucky here in Victoria because our public transport is really I consider really good. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people talk about how it's not good enough, but I just think it's fantastic. And you can go anywhere in Victoria by public transport. Like
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
just great.
Mm.
Just great. Sometimes you have to take a bus. It's not always a train, but
Yeah.
trains go a lot of places and
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
so cheap.
Mm.
I When I had to go to Melbourne, it was last year. I went to Melbourne and I went up. So you have to get a My Key card, and it had been so many years actually since I'd done the trains that I had two or three My Key cards because one of them was a concession one. So when I'd been on a concession for a year or two,
Yep.
as well as I had my normal one, and I
Mm.
didn't know which one was which. So
Oh,
I thought, well, I need because they look the same,
yeah.
but I needed to make sure I wasn't using a concession card because I don't have a concession card. So I had to make sure I wasn't using that one. Anyway, so I go up to them, in the window, um, and said to them, "Can you check my cards? I need to know which one is the correct card."
Mm.
And I'll just pay for it while I'm here. So they put the money on the card. And she said, now I can't remember exactly what it was, but maybe something like 10.70. And I said, I'm going in peak time and I'm returning.
Mm.
And she said, yes, that'll be 10.70. So return from Ballarat to Melbourne at that point was 10.70 in peak time. How cheap is that?
It's crazy.
So
Yeah.
cheap. And
That's
apparently it's only about $6 or $8 on the weekend
wow. Yeah.
return. And what I found out, what I didn't know at that time, I just couldn't get over. My God, it's only going to cost me $10.
Mm.
Um, yeah, what I didn't know at that time was that you can go anywhere in Victoria for that. That's the most I'll pay to go anywhere.
Oh, so it's a capped level.
Yeah.
Wow.
And because
Yeah.
so there is zones. So once you're in Melbourne, there are different zones in Melbourne.
Mm.
But yeah, but that was so mine obviously was the furthest zone.
Yeah.
And yeah, 10.70.
Wow.
And so it doesn't matter if I wanted to go anywhere on the
But yeah,
weekday, it would only cost me 10.70. So I could go, yeah, anywhere.
Victoria is much smaller with a larger population. So I
Well,
can
it
see
is.
why it's
Mm.
more manageable because certainly, I mean,
Mm.
we have nothing here. We
Well,
have
and wait for this. When I'm 60, I get a senior's card. I can travel on the trains for free on the weekend.
like
Yes.
every, okay. I know that here seniors can travel from night or after school hour, like between the working hours, a stretch in the middle of the day for nothing, I think. Yeah. Mm. But that in your situation, that would be anywhere.
Yeah, for free on the weekend. During the
Yeah.
week, apparently it's half price.
Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah, come on, 60.
When are you? Oh, is that this year?
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah, I
60
thought
this
so.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's about the only thing that I'm eligible for on this seniors card. I don't know
Yeah,
that
but
there's a huge
you know,
amount
I
else.
I have got one because once I needed a bus ticket and there's nowhere to buy them and no way of doing it and all the rest of it a few years back and I was with friends and they said, "Do you have a seniors card?" And I said, "No. Why would I have a seniors card? What are you,
Mm,
60?" And I went, "Yeah, but what does it get me?" And they said, "Oh, free public transport at this hour in Adelaide."
mm.
And I went, "No." So yeah,
So you got
I
one,
just
yeah.
I got on the bus and told them, and they went, "Just don't worry about it," and
Mm,
down and
mm.
yeah, and then I got one in case I needed it, and I haven't needed it since. I'll
Yeah,
be
well,
68.
I'm gonna apply for mine too because apparently I haven't looked properly, but there is a link that takes you to where there's the other things that yeah, you might be able to get with this seniors card. So
You'd probably
I don't know,
benefit
but
from
I do.
those, yeah, because you're in the city, like
Yeah,
well, you're in
exactly.
the high density. None of the stuff that's on there is available to us up here.
No, no,
And if
whereas it probably will be for me. And
yeah,
the other thing, well, McDonald's. Now, Port Pirie have got a McDonald's.
okay,
Now, what was it? Oh, I can't remember, but it's something to do with the coffee.
oh, okay,
So,
oh, okay,
and I don't know whether it's a half price or I
oh,
just can't remember.
that's worth
But,
knowing.
but it's something.
Hit the subscribe button below if you want to follow life hacks beyond convention.